Hey, what's up everybody? It's Flex and Joe. I'm back with another video to discuss my VIX strategy and how I've been using that to take better trades, stay in better trades, and also, when to get out or flip sentiment, right? So the first video had really overwhelming and positive feedback. So I feel as if I'm going to continue to make these. And I'll make them pretty often just so that I can show everybody how the strategy is working out. And if there's anything that maybe needs to be tweaked about it, right? So let's just start out with what we were looking at in the market as we opened at 9:30 this morning, right? VIX had a gap up. So it was gapping up from 1815 to 1860. You can see it initially popped up. It had pushed up in pre-market. It actually sort of gapped down here, filled that little gap, and then it entered and it pushed lower. And if I go down onto the 10-minute chart, what you'll see on the 10-minute chart is that this area right here is actually your orb low area. So we'll mark that like this. And we had a very, very common push above orb high, pre-market high, right? So that looked like potentially a fake out move. It came back down. You see how the market coincides with that. ES breaking this week's current low and pushing out of it. NQ sort of bouncing right off of it. But that push couldn't be sustained, and neither market, whether it was ES or NQ, even though the candle by candle strategy flipped long, they couldn't sustain that price action to break the high of day. So you see that we just fell short of breaking the high of day. The other thing to call out on the markets, right, is VIX was gapping up, the markets were gapping down. The NQ gapped down over 100 points, and ES gapped down here about 22 points, right? Neither market was able to make a sizable push into that golden zone area of that gap down. And you can see that following the overnight's consolidation, we had some expansion here during what would be called the London session, right? So once London opened, pushed up, wicked over the current session high, rejected, and then just sold off from there. And it did not come back until late in the day. So, I guess people would describe this as like the Asia range, London consolidation, and then New York continuation, although this was quite messy here at the beginning. So once VIX put in this hammer candle here right under what is its orb low and started to push out of it, that really helped to continue the move lower. You can see that you would have, and I'm just going to go to my normal set. I just wanted you guys to be able to see the price action at first without any indicators to see how similar the charts are. One last thing before I put indicators on is, ES, I don't really have a level here. I looked left. I don't see anything of like major significance on multiple time frames. I can see where maybe you might say it's demand, but I'm not something that I would draw that's repeatable other than, it's very close to a whole century level at 5,800. VIX rejected perfectly off of a level that I have marked off of a gap down. So on 10.3, we closed at this level. And even though the market has moved higher and filled that gap up, that gap down, which is right here. So you can see that we gapped down here. And then ultimately we filled it, by coming in through here, bouncing off of it, trading all the way through it. Still had this marked as an area of interest because I wanted to see that it was such a significant gap that was in play for so long. You could see how the 0% line ended up getting respected twice through here, that when we broke through it, I wanted to see if we were going to go all the way to the other side. And that's exactly what we did. So, in full transparency, I was done trading by this point. And although I entered an options trade on QQQ, I didn't use this to trade the futures. So that was a pretty key level. And then on NQ, what we'll see is this is the daily 3450 EMA cloud, and it is also the top of a gap that has not been filled. So we'll zoom in a little bit further, and then you can see that we had a gap up here from the 7th to the 8th, and we did not even come back down and test the 50. And then on today's wick under it, we did not test the 50 again. So these gap buyers are still defending, and they need to push up over, or we're probably going to end up seeing that trail off into filling the gap. So let me go to my set with all the EMAs on it. So here's your daily 3450. Here's where you can see that we had a very clear break in base with the 10-minute EMA confluence right here under the previous day low. At the same point, you had your 10-minute 200 break in base, as well as your pre-market high break in base, and your 10-minute 20 base on VIX as well. So this is a very, very bullish setup right here. Repeatable. You'll see this happen often, and you know, you get the confirmation when that candle by candle flips. You know, sort of pauses here. The price action slows down, and then it pops to continue. When it pops to break this high of day, and you break this low of day here and here on ES, this is a fantastic place for you to be scaling short. But I do remember this, you know, giving an opportunity with the pullback. This one was exceptionally good as well, although it failed off. You know, it trailed off this one here as well at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock was great. You push back through the from the orb low through the orb high. Really strong move. It pulls back a little bit. You can see the 10-minute EMAs never crossed bearish on the VIX, right? So you get the CBC confirmation candle where VIX flips bullish, the other two markets flip bearish, all three are in line. You look for a pullback and you take it with very high confidence, breaks previous day low on both indexes again, and creates a new low of day, which is a scale trigger, right? We break down under last week's low as well for ES. So as you can see though, when it turns around, same thing. You get CBC flip, so candle by candle flip off of a key area with strength, you know, a bullish engulfing. This flips bullish, this flips bearish, this flips bullish, but not until the next one. So it's your discretion whether or not you want to take it on ES or NQ, although that did look pretty strong and was pretty close to flipping it, right? So, but if you're truly going to wait, you might wait for, you know, a better setup, but this, you know, pushes up here, reclaims the 10-minute 9 and just pushes off of it into the end of the day, into Tesla earnings. The NQ setup, same thing, pushes in, and nothing is closing under that 10-minute 9 now, signifying that's where the buyers are stepping up, and you get a nice push out of there. But from this area 160s into the close of the day is about 100 points. So decent long setup and repeatable as VIX continues to come back down and never flips back long, and the market never flips back short. So that's it in summary for today. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Keep reviewing NQ, VIX, and ES and showing you how they all coincide, and you can have and add greater confluence to your trades. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys next time.